one of our favorite guests. I love you. We pinky pounded it.
We did.
We did. We had to pinky pound it out. Come on,
brought
good
it
to see you.
back.
We brought it back, bud. Welcome back to the building.
Thank you so much.
Last time you were here, I don't know if you remember this, you climbed the Empire State Building before you came on our show.
I totally forgot about that.
This is
Yeah,
real. How would you
exactly.
ever forget about it? This is real.
Yeah, that was pretty incredible. That was the launch of our tour. It was really just a fun gag to do. And then I came over here. Actually, you saw me from afar. I remember.
Yes, because
the building.
I don't know how we did that, but we timed it out.
Yeah, we did.
We had a zoom lens from our building.
Yeah.
And we saw you.
A very loving gaze that we gave each other.
Yes, you looked at me and I looked at you and I was like, we were singing.
I was hanging off the side of the building.
Like legit. Well, no. Do you remember you had cuts on your hand?
Yeah, my hand. Yeah.
From climbing the Empire State Building.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
That's the coolest thing ever,
As
bud.
much of it as you could climb. It was actually right there. There's the building back there.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah. Or there it is. There it is too.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, we have it. I think I see you.
Oh yeah, right there.
You see you there?
Yeah, that's right.
And then here's me over here.
Yeah.
No, I was waving at you, but that was actually, I love what you do. And you're, by the way, the tour, congrats on this tour.
Thanks so much. Yeah,
it was unbelievable. I was following on Instagram.
Yeah.
92 shows, 89 cities, 5 continents.
Yeah.
Congratulations,
Yeah, thanks so much. And we survived and we're done, and now we're in Tron mode. And we just did like a tour around the world to promote this film, and this is the very last, but maybe the best stop.
Come on, bud. That's why we're here. We love you. That's what.
Thank you.
Thank you for remembering us.
Thank you.
I want to talk Tron, but first I want to go back to your band just for a second here, because when I go see you, you get to see stuff like this. You pull out a flamethrower, and that's just for fun.
Yeah, it's like that. You ever see that meme? It's like good ways to die, or what is it? Something like that. That's probably it right there.
A flamethrower, yeah.
Yeah.
You pull out a flamethrower in the tour, which I love. Then you also zip line onto the stage, which I remember. I want to say this started in Brazil, if I recall, because you came on our show.
Yeah, that's exactly right. God,
and it was
you got
the
a great
biggest
memory.
It was the biggest crowd I think you performed in.
Yeah, it was incredible. It was like 100 and something thousand people in Brazil, and it was.
That's crazy. It's all crazy.
It was amazing. Yeah.
But you do flamethrower, you zip line into your crowd, and then you also FaceTime your mom.
Oh yeah.
Which is.
I think the coolest gag you could do. That's probably the coolest thing at the show is to FaceTime your mom. And that was in Poland. And I remember that moment because I asked her, Mom, have you ever tried any Polish food, a pierogi maybe? And she said no. And then the audience booed her very loudly. She's still recovering.
That's so funny. Oh my God. Mom, we're gonna send you some pierogies.
Yes,
we'll get you some pierogies.
Yeah.
That's the greatest. But let's talk about Tron Ares. I'm so excited. Yeah, everyone's excited about this one now. The movie's giant. I would see it in theaters, but I would see it in IMAX if you could, because it is just visually stunning and the sound is great. The soundtrack is 9 Inch Nails.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
I mean, the last film, I don't know if anybody saw the last film, but it has this infamous soundtrack by Daft Punk.
Yeah.
So we knew that there are only, I mean, I don't know who could fill those shoes, but Trent Reznor, Atticus Ross, and 9 Inch Nails certainly did. They made incredible music.
Incredible. It's unbelievable. I mean, wow. But this, you were telling me this has been 10 years in the making.
Yeah, 10 years. There was a script floating around, and they asked me to kind of be the baddie in the previous, like a sequel to the previous version, Tron Legacy. And it wasn't the right thing for me at the time, but there was a character in there I really loved called Ares. And I said to them, if you don't end up making this, let me know. I'd love to develop it. And that was about 9 years ago. So it started with a word. And now it's a movie in theaters, and we're super excited about it. Yeah.
It's good. It's amazing. Were you a fan? Were you alive for the original?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You're a young man.
We all know I'm about 153 years old, but
you're ageless. What are you talking about?
But no, I did. I went to go see the very first Tron in the theater in 1982.
You did?
Yeah. And
The legend. I mean,
you know, I didn't know what to expect. I was just going to see this movie. I didn't know much about it, but it was the very first film to use CG, and it took me to a world that I never imagined, and it blew me away. I love the video game. I love Jeff.
The video game I love.
Yeah, the video game was great.
Absolutely.
So
one
I
of my
fell in love, and for me, Tron is like Star Wars. It's a world I'm happy to be a part of, and I got a chance to work with one of my heroes, Jeff Bridges.
I mean, he's back.
Yeah.
So he's back from the original Tron. What was it like working with Jeff Bridges?
Oh, it's just insane.
He's the greatest.
Yeah, I remember the first day on set, they yelled action, and I had my first scene with Jeff. First of all, he walks on the set, everybody applauds. It's like
Why
like,
not?
Yeah, it's like Mick Jagger's on
a legend.
stage.
He's
It's
a legend.
incredible. And so anyway, they yell action, and I had to yell cut, and they came over and they're like, "What's wrong?" Because it was pretty unlike me. And I was like, I just can't stop smiling. I need a moment, you know?
Yeah.
So it was pretty cool, and he's the best. I mean, he's just the nicest, the most generous, fun, funny person to work with.
He's the dude.
Yeah.
Here you are as Ares. How do we explain what's
Thank you
happening?
for that. I heard that one person. I appreciate it.
No, you got
That's
so
very
many
kind.
woos. You've been getting woos.
That's my mom.
Oh, there you go. She just ate her first pierogi. Oh my God! Congratulations. It's delicious, right? It's potato, but it's pasta. It's great. But let's talk about this. Look at this. This is Ares right here.
that's
Yes.
Ares.
Ow!
He is.
Now what is happening in this movie, and who is your character? How do we explain this?
Well, this time, you know, usually Tron is about going from the real world into the grid, into this digital universe. But this time we flipped it, and the digital world, the grid as we call it, comes to the real world. So you have light cycles tearing down the streets. You have all of these incredible programs and things from the digital world that are in the real world. So that's kind of the fun part about this
It's
movie.
so fun. It's going to be a giant thing. I'm so excited about this.
Thank you.
I want to show everyone a clip. Here's Jared Leto in Tron Ares. Take a look.
What happened back there?
I disobeyed my directive
Which was?
to retrieve the code from your desk and delete the carrier.
Dillinger told you to delete me?
Hang on! Where are they?
Scanning quadrants 3 and 4.
Sector 18, clear.
Oh, come on. Jared Leto, everybody. Tron Ares hits theaters and IMAX this Friday. Go check it out this weekend. See you in the giant theater. Jared and I are playing Hey Robot after the break. Stick around.